Welcome back to the channel. In this video I've got some very interesting news. I've been doing a little bit of research into Rockstar games, and this is why I believe Red Dead Redemption 2 or hashtag Save Red Dead Online won't even be acknowledged by social media accounts or anything like that. And just quickly before we jump into this one, if you are not currently subbed to the channel, make sure you do sub, turn notifications on. We are heading for 75k subs, and all the support is greatly appreciated. Also, if you want to support me further as a creator, check out the links in the description. There are YouTube channel memberships, merch, Patreon, buy me a coffee, all that good stuff. And let's jump into it. So, my sources for this stuff, Charlie Intel and other websites have been the source of copies sold for the games. And then Glassdoor has been the source of staff salaries and things like that. So, to date, GTA 5 has sold around 155 million copies. This entire video will be made up of estimates and averages. There will be nothing that is 100% accurate, but it gives you a little bit of an insight as to why Red Dead Redemption 2 has been neglected by Rockstar. So 155 million copies sold. If we base that on an average sale price of $50, that is $7.75 billion from game sales alone. GTA Online also reached $1 billion worth of microtransaction sales by 2017, with each and every year encouraging more and more sales. So from 2017 until now, we'll say it's made $3 billion from microtransactions alone, which is probably way lower than the actual amount. So you get the 7.75 billion from game sales and 3 billion from microtransactions. That puts it at over $10 billion made from the game that released in 2013. The budget to develop the game was $265 million. The average yearly salary for each game developer is around $95,000 including bonuses. On Glassdoor, it says a base pay average is around $89,900 for a game designer, with an additional pay average of around $9,000. So that puts it closer to $100,000. And then for a game developer, it puts the total pay, the base pay average at $68,500, with additional pay average at around $27,000 per year. So that's around $95,000. So we'll say there are 1,000 employees on that wage, and that's $95 million. However, that will include game testers, QA, game designers, and game developers, even though their wages are significantly different. But for the 8 years the game's been around, that's roughly $800 million. So 10.75 billion minus 265 million, which we will actually increase to 350 million based on DLC created. So there's 10.4 billion left, and there's 800 million for staff. That leaves Rockstar with $9.6 billion of profit after covering the costs of all employees and covering budgeting costs for the whole of GTA 5. And people sit there wondering why Red Dead Online doesn't get any attention. Rockstar are still making around $2.5 million every single day with GTA 5, which is just going to increase even further when they release the upgrade for PS5 and Series X. Even if we took another $1.6 billion off for cost of things I may have missed out, like from the production and stuff of the game and the expansion of it over the years, they are still sitting at around an $8 billion profit. And then if we have a look at Red Dead Redemption 2, basing it again on the average sale price of $50, it sold 38 million copies, roughly, which puts it at about 1.9 billion from game sales overall, and nowhere near as much in microtransaction sales, and I can't actually find figures for the microtransactions. So I would say in the past 3 years, I think the game could have made, $600 million as a complete estimate, putting the total sales figure to $2.5 billion. Red Dead Redemption 2, however, cost Rockstar $540 million to make the game, which already puts the 3 years down to less than $2 billion, and that's without employee costs and further budgeting through DLC, things like your roles, and little expansions to the story and all that sort of stuff. So when you compare the 38 million copies sold in 3 years and 1.9 billion being made from that in Red Dead Redemption 2, and you compare it to the $800 million that was made in 24 hours from GTA 5 sales, which then actually reached $1 billion only 2 days later, it's not surprising in the slightest why #SaveRedDeadOnline hasn't done anything at all. I believe if Rockstar are to do anything at all with Red Dead Redemption 2, they're going to do it in their own time. No Twitter trend or anything like that is going to force their hand. They do not care because GTA is making them so much money. And unfortunately, it's the sad truth of games. The AAA industry is purely about money, and even after making billions of pure profit, these companies still want more. And that's never going to change. They're going to add many, many more microtransactions. So many more companies are going to get involved with NFTs. Even Sega recently have said they're going to get involved with NFTs. Square Enix have done it. Ubisoft have done it. There's probably more that have already done it by now, and many more to join the trend. But that was a look at the rough estimates of how much GTA is making compared to Red Dead, and a big portion of why I believe they're not bothering with Red Dead at all. Even after, I don't know, we'll say 50 to 100,000 tweets quoting #SaveRedDeadOnline. And that's going to do it for this one. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.